It's difficult to summarize 9 months in under 15 minutes, but I can summarize it actually in one sentence and tell you it was the best year of our life as a family. My kids would say to me, "Mom, since you've retired, you're actually more busy than when you were working." So for us as parents, we were starting to feel that the family was disconnecting, was pulling apart, and we didn't want that, especially when our kids were young. So we decided to go to the only place further in the wilderness than us, and that is into the bush. The kids were incredibly independent and resourceful in the bush. They used the same tools that we did. They used hammers, saws, axes, and we all really gained an appreciation for the things that we use. We heated our cabin with wood, we cooked with wood, we picked berries off the land, we made all our food from scratch. And Kate, who was 8, said, "Inside is our storage place, but outside is actually our home." Tess, who was 4, was so comfortable in the forest that she would just go wandering off, following the cat, climbing over fallen trees, picking berries, totally oblivious that there could be any kind of danger. Well, sometimes it actually worried her parents because we couldn't find her. But she was immediately comfortable in the forest. It's kind of ironic that in our regular life, in our house, we have a house full of things meant to entertain the kids, and I often hear the words, "I'm bored," but in the bush where they didn't have all those toys, where they just had the great outdoors and simple things like paper, pencils, string, scissors, I never once in 9 months heard them say, "I'm bored." And their imagination and their creativity just flourished. You know, they turned the forest into fairylands. A fallen tree would become a horse. And when it's a full moon night and the reflection of the moon on the snow, it's actually brighter at night than it is in the day. And there actually are moon shadows. They made up songs, they made their own instruments, they made their own books, their own puzzles, their own board games. One of the things that surprised the kids and surprised my husband and I as well was how we as adults started to play again. I mean, kids naturally know how to play, but it's pretty unusual for us to play. But we did, we started to play. Humor came back into our family. There was a lot of laughter. So before we went in the bush, I knew logically in my head all these things. But after the experience in the bush, then I really knew them in my heart because I had experienced how wonderful it was having that connection and living in the moment. So that helps me now to be able to live in the moment better. I mean, I do still try and spend lots of time outdoors, especially if things are feeling chaotic in my brain. That's where I go to get everything to make sense again for me.